My name is Lanre Ologunwa. I encountered the Lord about 38 years ago, 1987 precisely, and I have consistently followed the Lord all these years. I had a full-time call to the ministry in 1994, and I resigned my appointment to embrace full-time ministry. Before then, I have been preaching the gospel. So I've preached the gospel now for over 35 years by the grace of God. And I thank God for the goodness of God since I came into full-time ministry. He has been faithful to me. I have seen lives transformed. I have seen people who were hopeless turning to righteousness. I've seen several things, all to the glory of God. I really appreciate all that the Lord has done for me so far in the last 30 years that I have been in full-time ministry. I read engineering actually, mechanical engineering, and I was working with a contractor in a cement factory before I resigned. Before then, I had worked briefly also with some other companies before working with this contractor. Well, the Lord spoke to me in a vision. Though the first time the vision came was 1988, where he was asking me he asked me the question, will I prefer to be a king or do his work? I said, I'm not interested in becoming a king. And he asked me another question. He said, will I leave football to do his work? I said, of course I can leave it. So that was as far back as 1988. So from there on, I knew that I will end up teaching the Word of God on full-time. So, but the full-time call came in 1994 while I was working in that cement company. I took some time to wait upon the Lord. When the Lord came to tell me that I should come follow him to go and break bread. So I understood what he meant by breaking bread. That is preaching the gospel, rightly dividing the word of truth. So that came in 1994. I have no regret whatsoever. I actually appreciate God for all that he has done for me. Actually, when I resigned my appointment to go into full-time ministry, I actually never expect anything really great from God, because what I told God then was that even if it is in rags, I was ready to preach the gospel. Even in tears, I will still preach the gospel, because there's nothing that God does for me today or he decided to do with my life that he has cheated me, because he created me, so he owns me. He also redeemed me. He offered his only begotten son for me. So whatsoever he decided to do with my life, I think for me, he has done more than enough for me. Okay, it was a vision God gave to us in 2004. What happened then was that I was working in a Bible school, and I discovered how people struggle to get school fees paid. And the Lord spoke to me. He asked me the question, can't you do this free of charge? I said I can. So I was waiting for the right time to embark on it. I consulted widely. I spoke with my discipler about it. And in 2006, we started. It's a full-fledged Bible school where we offer diploma and We teach courses like hermeneutics, homiletics, Bible manners and customs, cult and occult, world religions, pastoral theology, doctrine. We teach courses like Christian writing, Christian life, communication, etc. We teach up to 30 courses within 2 years of the student coming to us. We teach up to that. So we began the course, the school, with men of like mind. 2 of my friends who are pastors who believed in the vision joined me, and that was how we kicked off in January 2006. We started with some students that number up to about 10, but along the line some of them dropped because of the crisis that confronted them, because some of them were coming from Jiwa, and some of them, their houses were demolished and it threw them off balance. So at the end, 5 of them graduated, and since then it has been we've been growing from leaps and bounds. When we started, it was only the full-time classes, but now we run part-time too. And the last set, we graduated 28 students. So that is how our growth has been. And by the grace of God, we have been able to keep our promise that from the form to certificate will be free. So it has been like that since we started. Well, from the beginning, we did all our best to cut down on cost. We ensure that the cost we will incur will be the ones that are manageable from the beginning. However, as God began to bless us, we took further responsibilities. We sponsored the school from our own resources, personal resources, and of course, some few years back now, some people have decided to also throw their heart into the court to help us. So from time to time, we get assistance from such individuals who have volunteered to journey along with us. Well, my desire is to, first of all, build a campus. First of all, to raise buildings, lecture theaters, auditorium, for us to have our own property where we will stay and will not be interrupted by church programs, because for now we are still using the church premises for this. So that's my first desire. And I also I'm trusting God that we will be able to register with Nigerian University Commission so that we can offer degree courses in the school. Our prayer is that even at that, it will still be free of charge. Thank you very much. I just want to use this medium to speak to ministers of God, pastors, those who are in charge of churches, that they can send their wards, their workers, their pastors for training here. Is completely free. It is at no cost to them. And they can trust us that it will only be liquid content only. They do not risk losing their members if they come this way. Thank you very much.